and I will enlighten you very soon.
Are you digging for dirt on me?
No.
Did Kane put you up to this?
Okay, what's it about?
Audra, there's something that you need to know about the kind of person she really is.
Buckle up, fans. Genoa City is about to heat up this week. This week, the young and the restless will be delivering life-threatening secrets as well as dramatic confrontations that could change many characters' paths forever. The Young and the Restless spoilers preview for what happens this week. Monday kicks things off with Victor giving Nick an ultimatum, while Sharon places a distress call that sets a tense week ahead. Jill also faces a turning point in her relationship with Billy, and Kyle shows up unexpectedly in LA to win Claire back. Midweek, Nick and Sharon are hit with shocking news, which could be tied to Noah. Meanwhile, we'll be seeing Nate comforting Victoria. Later in the week, Tessa travels to see Mariah, and a stranger meets with Nick and Sharon in LA soap. On Friday, Jack and Billy try to patch things up. Nick searches for clues, and Audra is forced to mull over her past. In addition, there'll be some drama for Claire once Kyle arrives unannounced in LA. The Young and the Restless first hit TV screens back in 1973 and quickly became CBS's crown jewel of daytime drama. Decades later, it's still holding strong as one of the most watched and longest-running soaps on television. The show has scooped up a mountain of daytime Emmy Awards over the years, including multiple wins for Outstanding Drama Series, proving it still has that magic touch. And it's not slowing down anytime soon. In 2025, Y&R led the pack with 19 daytime Emmy nominations. Beyond the awards, The Young and the Restless has also been a star-maker. Greg Ricart, who plays Kevin, began with a small role before becoming a fan favorite and key player. And Miss Hale Morgan made history as the first Black woman ever to win the Daytime Emmy for Outstanding Lead Performance in a Daytime Drama. This week on The Young and the Restless, family loyalty, fear, and long-buried secrets collide. Victor's latest move forces Nick into an impossible corner. Sharon makes a desperate call that changes everything, and the pair soon discover a shocking revelation connected to their son, Noah. What starts as a power struggle inside the Newman family turns into a week of emotional chaos that stretches from Genoa City all the way to Los Angeles. These are the biggest Y&R moments Soap Hub is excited to watch this week. Key takeaways. Victor gives Nick a hard-hitting ultimatum that puts the Newman family on edge. Sharon makes a distress call that sets off a chain of shocking events. Nick and Sharon receive devastating news tied to Noah's new life in Los Angeles. The couple meets a mysterious stranger who holds key information. Nick launches a search for answers that could alter everything. Victor draws the line. Victor's, Eric Braden, demand for control over his son's next move reignites the long-running power struggle between father and son. His ultimatum to Nick, Joshua Morrow, isn't just business. It's about family. The younger Newman refuses to bow to his father's latest manipulation, but that defiance comes at a steep price. The tension between Victor and Nick sets the tone for the week. Sharon's distress call. Meanwhile, Sharon's Sharon case. Life is thrown into turmoil when she makes a frantic distress call. It draws Nick back into her world instantly. Their renewed connection becomes a lifeline as the situation unfolds, leading to a shocking discovery that rocks both of them to the core. Shocking news and a mysterious stranger. The shocking news Nick and Sharon receive forces them to confront a truth neither expected. What begins as a simple search for answers about Noah's, Lucas Adams, who is taking over the role, latest project, a new club in Los Angeles, leads to a mysterious stranger with information that changes everything. The encounter is set to blur the line between coincidence and design, hinting that Noah's world may be more dangerous than anyone realized. Nick's search for the truth. By week's end, Nick's determination turns into obsession. He won't rest until he uncovers what's really going on in Noah's orbit. The path forward promises revelations, confrontation, and fallout that could pull the Newmans into yet another family crisis, one that no amount of power or wealth can contain. The Young and the Restless, spoilers for Monday, October 13th, reveal that Victor Newman gives his blessing to Nick Newman. Sharon Newman makes a distress call, forcing Nick to fly to Los Angeles immediately. Meanwhile, Kyle Abbott begs Victoria Newman for help with Claire Newman. Plus, Kane Ashby comes up with a new plan, but Phyllis Summers has other things in mind. The redhead also attempts to seduce him. Will he fall for it? On Monday, Nick tells Victor that he's flying to LA whether he likes it or not. The mustache points out that they're facing a possible retaliation from Kane, and they need to stand up as a family. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Nick insists he needs to be with Noah, and Victor finally gives his blessing. Then Nick. At Society, Kyle runs into Victoria and asks her for a huge favor. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Kyle tells Victoria that he's flying to LA to be with Claire, but he needs to know where she's staying. Kyle tells Victoria that Claire being alone with Holden in LA is not going to end well, adding that the man is bad news. He then begs Victoria for Claire's address. This is Claire's decision to make, not mine, and certainly not yours, Victoria replies. But Kyle is not giving up. He begs some more and eventually convinces Victoria to tell him where Claire is staying, at the GCAC restaurant. Kane tells Phyllis he needs to change the way people see him after the Newman expose. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Kane considers doing something positive with the AI, but Phyllis is against the idea. The redhead reminds him that they were supposed to use it to get something for themselves. Kane insists he wants to change the narrative, and he demands Phyllis help him or he'll find someone else. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Phyllis tells Kane she's all he has left and forces him to admit that he needs her. Kane grudgingly admits it. Then, Phyllis asks Kane to give her the AI. Stroking his chest, she tells him she might be the answer to his prayers and the only one who can save him. Kane considers it only if she comes up with some hypothetical scenarios. After Phyllis leaves, Kane calls Lily and says he only wanted to hear her voice. The Young and the Restless spoilers for the week of October 13th to 17th reveal that Kyle Newman is desperate to win Claire Newman back. He asks Victoria Newman for help. What am I supposed to do, Kyle? Victoria asks. You have to know where Claire is staying in Los Angeles. All I need is an address. Just tell me where she is, he pleads. Sienna Backgall quizzes Holden Novak about Claire and brings up his past with Audra Charles. Claire is actually just a really good friend, Holden explains. Well, anyone is better than that last woman you were hanging around with. What was her name again? Audrey something or other. Sienna replies. Sharon Newman makes a frantic call to Nick Newman. She begs him to come to LA after Noah Newman gets into a terrible accident. Noah has been in an accident, a car accident, and it's bad. It's really bad. Sharon cries over the phone. Victor gives Nick an ultimatum. Kane plays to Phyllis's strengths. Sharon makes a distress call. Y&R spoilers for Tuesday, October 14th. Jill makes a big decision affecting her relationship with Billy. Kyle plays hardball. Holden reconnects with someone from his past. Nikki takes matters into her own hands. Tessa visits Mariah. Nick and Sharon meet a mysterious stranger. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Friday, October 17th. Jack clears the air with Billy. Nick searches for answers. Audra receives a painful reminder about her past. Here's a quick recap of last week's The Young and the Restless. Monday, October 6th. Victor plots his takedown of an opponent. Kyle and Audra's war approaches the point of no return, and Jack hides a trick up his sleeve. Tuesday, October 7th. Nikki settles unfinished business with Jill. Tessa worries about Mariah's safety, and Nick questions Phyllis's alliance with Kane. Wednesday, October 8th. Victor shares shocking news with Jill. Nikki searches for answers, and Jack presses Kane to make the right decision. Thursday, October 9th. Jack protects his family's interests, Nick goes rogue, and Jill and Lily confront Kane about his past. Friday, October 10th. Victor rewards Adam and Chelsea's loyalty, Cricket and Danny make a big decision about their wedding, and Phyllis is caught in a compromising position. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, August 11th, reveal Claire Grace gets an eyeful when she walks in on Kyle Abbott and Audra Charles kissing. Jack Abbott asks for help from Victoria Newman. The two are worried about Kyle and Claire being targeted by Audra. Sharon Newman worries about Mariah Copeland. She encourages her to open up to her, but is met with an unexpected outburst. Meanwhile, Lily Winters delivers bad news to Holden Novak. She tells him that Damien Kane passed away. On Monday, Mariah continues to isolate herself from everyone, especially Tessa. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Sharon is worried and asks her to open up to her. But Mariah snaps at Sharon, insisting that she needs to work on herself alone. Sharon presses on, reminding her that she's a good person and that she can't go on living like this. Mariah has had enough and lashes out at Sharon. She warns her to back off or she'll have to cut her off, too. Meanwhile, Daniel plays a song he wrote for Tessa. The Young and the Restless spoilers say she's very happy and touched by the surprise. Their conversation turns to Mariah, and Tessa tells Daniel she might need to accept the possibility that their marriage is over. Jack asks Victoria for help. At the Crimson Lights, Victoria runs into Jack, who expresses concern about Kyle and Claire. The Young and the Restless spoilers say he tells Victoria about Audra and how she's trying to break up their kids. Victoria hopes there's no truth to Audra's claims that something happened between her and Kyle. Jack says she's out to cause trouble, which worries Victoria. Lily goes to Kane's suite at GCAC. As she's waiting for her ex, Holden shows up at the door. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Lily asks Holden if he's there to see Kane. Holden asks who Kane is and clarifies he's there to see Dumas. Lily explains that Dumas is Kane, her ex-husband. Holden says he received a text from Dumas asking to meet. He thinks Kane finally realized he's more valuable to the company than Damien. Well, that's cold, Lily tells Holden. When he asks why, she drops the bombshell. Damien has been murdered. And nobody told me. A shocked Holden responds. Back at Society, Kyle confronts Audra for implying to Claire that something happened between them. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Audra insists something did happen, taunting him even more. You can't beat me, back off now. Kyle threatens. I promise you, you have met your match in me. But Audra insists that he had to summon all his strength to stop himself from sleeping with her. She's confident that he's weak and can't resist her forever. She then pulls him into a kiss just as Claire walks in. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Claire is shocked to see this. Will this be the end of Kyle and Claire? The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, September 29th, reveal Victor Newman sets a trap for Kane Ashby. Jack Abbott reaches out to Jill Abbott, while Billy Abbott faces yet another rejection. Nick and Sharon plan to visit Noah in Los Angeles. Plus, Claire Newman makes a bold move affecting her future. On Monday, Sally tells Audra that there has been a change of plans. The redhead announces that Abbott Communications may be back on track. The Young and the Restless spoilers say Audra isn't too pleased to hear this news, accusing Sally of forcing herself to believe Billy has changed. Then, Audra realizes they have to reschedule the launch party. Sally tells her they will have to put it on hold until they get funding back. This is exactly what we vowed would never happen again, a dismayed Audra says. Here we are at the mercy of two men making a decision about our future. The Young and the Restless, YNR, spoilers preview notes that November sweeps will explode in Genoa City as Christine Blair, Laura Lee Bell, and Danny Romalotti, Michael Damian, get hitched, Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, drops a bombshell, and a major character debut unravels. Although, as of this writing, there's still uncertainty surrounding Roger Howarth's character. He's slated to first appear on the soap sometime in the late fall, and all arrows are pointing toward a November debut. Sweeps month would be the perfect time for Howarth to appear, and since he began filming with the CBS soap in mid-September and the show films several weeks ahead of time, it could mean he steps foot in GC next month. Meanwhile, Kane recently threatened to sue Newman Media over the hit piece they wrote about his dad, Colin Atkinson, Tristan Rogers, so the proverbial poop could hit the fan in November. There have been mentions that there are no sources to back up the story that Colin conned Madame de Leon under the alias of Lord Jeremy Edgerton for her money and estate in Nice, and if Victor Newman, Eric Braden, forged the letter, Newman Media could be in a lot of trouble. Chesley Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, and Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, simply followed Victor's orders, so they'll be mighty upset if this was a setup the entire time. Their reputations are on the line, so chaos may erupt at the Newman estate if Kane can offer up the proof that his father is innocent of these accusations. Finally, Christine and Danny's wedding will take place during November sweeps, so fans should expect some sweet moments as the couple says their I do's for the second time. But will it go off without a hitch? Do weddings in soaps ever run smoothly? There have been hints that Phyllis Summers' Michelle Stafford may cause problems for the couple that everyone loves but she hates, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. The Young and the Restless spoilers suggest that November sweeps will bring cooler temperatures, but the drama will heat up in Genoa City, as the month will be jam-packed with episodes fans won't want to miss. CDL has the best Young and the Restless updates, spoilers, and news, so swing by regularly for all the hottest YNR information around. The Young and the Restless, YNR, recap for Monday, October 13th states that Noah Newman, Lucas Adams, will fight for his life in Los Angeles, while Kane Ashby, Billy Flynn, and Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, shared a very close moment. The show opened with Chelsea Lawson, Melissa Claire Egan, and Adam Newman, Mark Grossman, amazed at how well that hit piece on Kane and his father, Colin Atkinson, Tristan Rogers, was doing. Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, walked in and they gave him updates on Kane's visit from the